Hey folks, it's the Jersey Eats podcast, part of the USA Today Network, NorthJersey.com, and The Record. We are food writers Matt Cortina and Kara VanDooijeweert, and today we're talking about late night spots.
Yes, we are, because one of the most common complaints that we hear in New Jersey is that diners are just not open as late as they used to be, or diners are not 24 hours anymore, or there aren't diners. Well, I'm going to let you know, even before that happened, there were other places you could eat after midnight, before midnight, or any other time of the day that it wasn't a diner. But even now, in this era of diner closings and natural extinction of diners, there are still diners, but also other places you could eat as well.
Let's start with diners just real quick, because we wrote a couple stories last year, our team, throughout New Jersey and USA Today, wrote some stories about the end of the diner. And one of the reasons that they gave why they're switching away from 24 hours is that consumer habits have changed. People are no longer, and this might be a good thing, people are no longer going from the bar and stopping for a burger at the diner. And they're not really ordering Uber Eats as much from diners as from other restaurants, which may be more appealing to them. What made the diner great has gone away culturally, I think.
Yeah, for sure. Well, I mean, for me, I think that people, when they're complaining about diners closing earlier, it's like you need to ask yourself that question. It's like, were you really going at 3 or 4 a.m.? Yeah. You know, like, were you even going to the diner at midnight? Because honestly, if you were going, they'd still be open. There would be a demand. They would still be open. It's also a shift in the labor force. You know, some of these jobs that were 24 hours or late nights, like, things have changed. Like, people aren't working that late, and maybe that's a good sign for society that we also aren't in the position to have to work a job that would keep a diner open at that time. Also, are diners really good?
That's another one of those things that, like, it's the experience of eating at a diner late night, going with your friends, like, after you've been drinking in college, or like after you go to a game when you're in high school. You all go to the diner. Like, the memories associated with eating at the diner is probably better than the food actually was. It's more than the sum of its parts is the appeal of the diner.
So, kids nowadays, because I guess that was my first question, is if you're not going to the diner after a football game, where are you going? So I asked a couple different towns, and I asked some kids from Patterson, I asked some kids from Montclair, and I asked some kids from around my old stomping grounds in, like, Mountain Lakes, Parsippany area, and all of the kids seem to be going to Wawa now. So it's like, after the game, you go to Wawa. And that's interesting to me. What he brought up is you went for the memories, not the food. Now, Wawa doesn't have a dining area, so you are actually just going for the food.
Yeah, there are no memories associated with Wawa, except, hey, I'm really hungry, I want to go to that.
It's like, you just got food and you're leaving. Although, one thing I think was funny was 7-Eleven has one day per year where you can bring your own container to fill up slushies. And people would bring, like, kiddie pools or, like, milk jugs or whatever. So if Wawa was to lean into the fact that high school kids are hanging out there, it's like, bring your own table.
Oh, my goodness.
Just bring your own table instead of the dining room. Do anything from a black tie all the way down to, like a sandbox, and just, like, sit there and just, like, raw dog a sizzly or whatever. But essentially, if you want a diner that's open late, I've got you covered right now. I'll just hit a few. Now, I actually have to look at my note here, because that's how little I would go to diners. Yeah. But Chit Chat in Hackensack is still 24 hours, and it's actually not bad. Like, Chit Chat in general. The other one in West Orange is open till midnight. Coach House, also in Hackensack, is open 24 hours, although Chit Chat is better. Clinton Station Diner, if you're a little bit more south than that, is also 24 hours, and they also serve cheeseburgers that are around 24 pounds. So if that's what you're into, starting a cheeseburger that's 24 pounds is going to take you quite a while. So if you're still there at 3 a.m., that's understandable. That's a reason to still be in a diner that late.
Clinton Station Diner is my home diner. Has a train coming out of it. It's a good stop if you're on, like, a road trip on 78.
Yeah.
There's no other reason to go there.
It is literally a train. Yeah. Like, it's... Yes. Period.
Well, I mean, speaking, like, when we counted, there were about 8, maybe 1 or 2 more diners that are open 24 hours. Has the shift, as you're looking through some of the late night spots and just the places that you know from going there, there aren't a ton of 24-hour restaurants even outside of diners.
Yeah, available. I would say 24 hours. I don't
we don't have Waffle Houses here.
24 hours, I would have to see if I even noted that on here. If one place also was 24 hours. For me, what qualifies as a late night restaurant for the purposes of this list is it's open till at least midnight or later, and it meets my standards of the food doesn't taste like shit. So, like, it's a place that I'd be comfortable going to. So if you're into Buffalo Wild Wings, sorry, it's not on the list. Because something that brings me a buffalo wing that is somehow below room temperature by the time it gets to my table, like it has defied the laws of science. It has gotten colder than the room that it is in. I'm not going there.
Yeah,
like,
right.
That's it, so
it's great that you're open, but I don't want to eat any of your food. And
Yes.
Buffalo Wild Wings for me always never lives up to the
Oh my God, it's
expectations
so
that
bad.
I have for it.
Also, if you're someone who goes to Applebee's for late night eats or Taco Bell for late night eats, and you're feeling like this is the only option, or maybe you know that there are other options, but you still choose to go to Buffalo Wild Wings, Applebee's, or Taco Bell, yeah, this is going to be really disappointing for you. But if you're going there and you're tremendously dissatisfied, first of all, great. I'm glad you're from New Jersey because we do have other options, and let's get into them.
Yeah, we know the chains. We know Wawa probably for all of us has a special place as a late night spot. What are some either off the beaten path late night spots or places that are your favorites or that do well on social media?
Let's definitely start with my favorite. My favorite is Tavern on the Rocks in Rockaway, and it's not necessarily that close to me, so it's just a testament to the fact that I really do like it. So that is your like kind of classic like bar feel. It feels a little bit under the ground, like in like a basement a little bit with kind of like Christmas lights on the walls, and sometimes there's bras hanging from the ceiling. I don't know if that's an all the time thing, but it's pretty cool. So one of my favorite things on the menu is they do house-made buttermilk boneless wings, 10 different sauces, also house. I like the honey garlic, and then if you do like Taco Bell, they definitely nod to a lot of late night menus. They do a house version of the Crunchwrap Supreme.
Awesome.
A bunch of like dirty, like loaded fries with a house-made beer cheese at the base of a lot of those. But it's that real vibe, that like trivia bingo bar, you know, but like late night, like 2 a.m.
Yeah, it brings up a good point, and not to get sidetracked from recommending some of these places, but like late night is almost synonymous with crappy food, junk food, elevated pub grub, if we want to put it nicely.
Yeah.
Right. So, like, what are some more places like that?
Like that?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Definitely the Brookdale is really, really cool. And when we say, like, they're elevating and doing better things with your classic bar food, name a bar food.
Potato skins.
No, name the one that I'm thinking of. Name an appetite. I got it.
Mozzarella sticks.
Mozzarella stick. Thank you. They have a 1 pound mozzarella stick. It's a foot long. This thing is literally, it's fried like first, or it's baked in the oven and then fried. I don't even know. They need to put it in the oven for a little bit because it's so big to hit it, the internal temp.
We need a whole carton of lactates to get through that.
Oh, yeah, or just some friends. And then instead of your typical bar pie, they're doing like a Fontina mushroom truffle pie. What else are they doing? They have, instead of your Reuben or instead of your quesadilla, they do a pastrami Reuben quesadilla,
Nice.
Which is a great combo of both. So definitely that one is really great, like that. And then the Craftsman in Fairlawn is open till 2 a.m. And they have that Cajun Alfredo fettuccine, like a Cheesecake Factory, short rib tacos, crab and artichoke dip, really good stuff. Blue 42, we plug them all the time. If you want your, 200 flavors of chicken wings and the chance to sit in the same seat as Simone Biles, then go there for sure.
So you don't have to eat like crap if you're hungry at midnight. Is the point.
No, but you asked me to start with the crap derivatives. You literally said that. Yeah. So we started with the junk food derivatives. But right. I have got some things out of left field that you're not going to expect. Because how about Appliables? It's open till 2 a.m.
Okay.
Like, you need a juice cleanse at 1:58. You're like, damn, it's time for my beaten carrot juice with a shot of ginger. We have one of those. So it's actually not Appliables. It's called Bora Bora Cafe, and that's in Patterson. But it's, for all intents and purposes, it's Appliables. Like, it's a chain. It comes to us from, I think, Turkey. Turkey is Turkey now. Turkey, T-U-R, yeah. Turkey A. That's how it is. Yeah. I learned that from watching Rhett and Link. Shout out to anyone who watches that as well. But anyways, yeah, so it comes to us by way of Istanbul. And yeah, so it is like, it's Appliables with more toppings. So it's great. It's open till 2 a.m. And then also in Patterson, my third favorite for late night eats is Romo restaurant, which is essentially kind of like a Latin American steakhouse, and it has some crazy Latin American sushi rolls, like a Dominican-inspired roll that's filled with like salami and cheese and covered in plantains and guacamole and ropa vieja, everything draped across the top. So they've got that. And then they have a bacon and cream cheese roll, tempura fried, topped with guacamole, pecorino bites, and a passion fruit sauce. That's the Roma roll. You could ask for the Roma roll. So this is stuff you could be eating at 1 o'clock in the morning. So when you turn to the guy next to you on your drive home from wherever the heck you're coming home from at 12:30, I don't know, whatever haunted house is going on in October or whatever, Elvis movie that's now getting out at like 11:56, you can say, well, we can go have this Dominican sushi, or they also have the chaufa Peruvian fried rice, they have 48-ounce tomahawk. Like, by no means does it have to be mozzarella sticks, you know, or the crap derivatives that Matt mentioned.
You're kind of a night owl. I mean, maybe it goes in phases. Like, is this a regular part of your life? Is eating well?
I love nights. Yeah. I love nights, but I also like mornings. I just don't like going to bed. So I'll eat at any time of the day. It's just pretty regular for me. I think one of my favorite things is getting out of a night race in the summer. We do a lot of races at night because it's just too hot during the day. Yeah. And it has to be below 100 for us to compete. So sometimes during those heat waves in late June or July, they'll keep pushing the start time to like 8:30 till it hits 99, which then means it lowers the amount of restaurants available open at the finish line until eventually it's like, okay, well, it's late night spots. We're hitting awards podium time at like 12 p.m. or 12 a.m. Yeah. So in the summertime, this is very regular for me. I'm also a big fan of swimming naked in my childhood lake because I'm not allowed to go there before like 7 p.m. because the lifeguards are on duty. I guess I'm technically naked, I'm technically not allowed to go there like after that anyways either. But
well, now you just outed yourself. They're all going to find out.
I didn't tell them what lake it was.
That's true.
So
somebody could do some
You know how many lakes are probably in New Jersey? I'm not swimming naked in the Passaic River.
No.
So that I can
swimming
guarantee.
In a wetsuit in the Passaic River?
I'm not doing that either. Yeah. But, what? Is it not a regular part of your life? No, you have little kids. Swimming naked in the lake?
No, swimming naked in the lake is not part of my regular life. Although I'm not judgmental about that. Eating late at night was definitely a college thing for me. And now that I have kids, like, you're just forced into a different schedule. Yeah. So rarely am I craving going out. I also live in the sticks, so like.
Got you.
I can go to the Wawa.
You can go to Wawa. Bring his own table.
Yeah.
What type of table are you gonna bring? What are you gonna sit on?
I will say, like, at the time in my life when I was out eating late, it was almost exclusively pizza. Like, and in New Brunswick, it's like the mecca for late night pizza.
Of course.
But now here in North Jersey, we have more elevated tastes. Where are some late night pizza spots?
Yeah, so Lucci's in Clifton on Route 3 is open till 2 a.m. And that's a great option because it's on the way back from the city, which I think is definitely a scenario where you're like, I need a late night eat. I'm driving home from New York and are pulling up there. I think it used to be like Route 3 pizza when I was a kid, but there's many occasions where my dad and I are coming back from like an art show late at night and I'm a little kid and he just pulls over to grab some slices. So that's good for pizza until 2 a.m. Okay, one of my favorites, now this is a chain, but it's like God tier good, is the Uno Pizzeria. That's also in Clifton, but that's your like deep dish Chicago style.
Yeah.
And honestly, it's so much better than some of our mom and pops because I'm saying, this is a thing too, people like, they love mom and pops. You love the idea of supporting local, but if you're putting something in your mouth and being honest about it, the pizza at Uno just blows away so many other restaurants.
It's a bold claim. I haven't been. I'm a little bit shocked that Uno still exists.
I mean, we only have the one.
Yeah. So is it like the last one anywhere, or the last one in New Jersey? No, I think they have
one in the city.
Okay.
So we're out towards Brooklyn.
But I don't doubt it. Like, I was very judgmental or prejudicial about deep dish pizza, and then you go to Chicago and you're like, oh no, this can be fantastic.
That butter crust on it is so good.
And it's a wonderful late night thing because it fills like your need for like all the fatty stuff, and it's also really substantial.
Yeah. And excellent vibes. And Matt mentions the potato skin. Hear me out on this one. One of their appetizer options at Uno is it's a pizza skid essentially. So you get like a smaller deep dish pizza, and it's filled in with mashed potato, cheddar, and bacon, and they're gonna give you some sour cream on the side. That on a butter crust, come on,
Yeah.
come on.
I'd eat that. I might have had to have a few beers before I order that, and
Well,
that
they
sounds
have
good
that
to
too.
me. Perfect.
So
Great.
yeah.
All right. What are some places that that might surprise you?
Yeah, how about a coffee house that's open till 2 a.m.?
Love it.
So you can go and have a cappuccino at, like, again, 147. So Kawa House has 2 locations, one in Montclair and one in Clifton. So Kawa House is really cool because it's kind of like a play on, like, that Turkish coffee house when you're out in the Middle East, where it's just kind of a young person's hub. Like, they're always having board games going. It's a social setting. So when you go there, you're not just buying a cup of coffee. You're really buying an experience, an entry point into a community.
Yes.
If you're young and listening to this, this is something you want to do. This is a place you want to go. And not just because you can get a Turkish coffee, which is my favorite coffee in the world, but because you're hanging out and just, it feels like being in a dorm. Like going to the central room of a dorm.
I wonder about that, like with younger generations. Like we talk about losing diner culture. Like we grew up with like coffee shops where you can go and hang out and do work or just hang out with friends. And it was in my town in Flemington, it was like the only place open until after 10 in town.
Yeah.
So by default, it was the only place that we went to.
Yeah.
There's such value in having like a communal gathering spot that's not based around like getting drunk. It's like getting like hanging out with friends, and you just don't see as many coffee shops. So I'm very glad that this exists.
Yeah, 2 of them. So definitely check it out. And then staying on the Clifton and Patterson train, we have Slap Burger if you want burgers late night, and this is also very popular amongst young people. It's just a place to hang out. So the Clifton one is 1 a.m. every night, and then Patterson is 3 a.m. And then also one more with Clifton and Patterson is Chocolate House. And this is a haven for people who like desserts. Like it has chocolate fountains, chocolate lava cakes, brownie sundaes, chocolate dipped waffle sticks, anything you could think of, they're dipping it in chocolate, both of those locations as well. So AK, if you live in Clifton and Patterson, like you're staying up late.
You're set up.
Like it's pretty much Barcelona there.
Yeah, I was gonna ask, like, do you get cravings for like sweet things late at night,
Oh,
or like
for sure.
like ice cream,
That's
and like
absolutely
where you would go beyond Wawa for that?
Yes, and even knowing, like, because a lot of times you're not going to go out for that. You're going to order Uber Eats, even knowing that exists, that you don't have to order a McFlurry at that time. If you want an ice cream sundae and you're on Uber Eats anyways, get it from Chocolate House. Not even because I'm like, oh, support local. It's just literally a better experience. Yeah. So that... I want to hit you guys with another fast food option. Roosters in Montclair, if you want hot chicken. Midnight weekdays, 1 a.m. weekends. That's a great one. If you want some quick Mexican bites, like some flautas, nachos, barbecue ribs, Tequila's 55 in Dover is my choice. Now, also being in Dover after from midnight to 2 a.m., you will find a lot of Mexican restaurants open at that time. So you could kind of do a Mexican restaurant crawl, but I recommend that one. And then... okay, so this one's only midnight on Fridays and Saturdays, but this is notable because of the genre. Jinya Ramen, I think it's Woodland Park. It's on Route 46. That's open till midnight. So I just think it's notable because ramen's not something I ever really think of after 8:30.
I know, but that's... If I were to pick a late night food, I think I would gravitate towards that. It seems so perfect. Like
especially...
Not, like substantial, but not too filling.
Especially if it's tonkatsu, black garlic ramen with a side of tempura, fried Brussels sprouts, and white truffle oil.
Bang.
Yeah.
Bang.
Okay. Alrighty. Let's do also, if you want something nicer, if you want to just sit down for a nicer meal until 1 a.m. in Englewood, Lulu Mediterranean Grill is open every night. They have char-grilled bronzino. They have strip steak skewers, falafel, shish kebabs, hummus. It's very nice. Also in Englewood, Sophia is open till 1 a.m. on weeknights, 2 a.m. on the weekends. That's an Italian steakhouse. So think filet mignon, arancini, bone-in ribeyes, porterhouse, lobster, spicy rigatoni. So you can eat very, very well.
How European of somebody to go out to a steakhouse at like 9:30 or 10.
And how European of them to have both of those concepts in the same town. Yeah. It's like, tell me without telling me that everyone in Englewood is from the Netherlands, Switzerland, Spain, Italy, and Greece.
Yeah, good for you, Englewood.
Yeah.
All right, anything we missed before we wrap up?
Yeah, let's throw in, because I did mention a lot of Turkish like quick bites if you want to sit down for another nice meal. Aura Lounge is open until 1 a.m. on the weekends, midnight weekdays in Clifton. We have, they have the Turkish pizza that I love, the pide. It's like the really long pizza. They have truffle risotto, because remember, in that region, we're not that far from Italy. They share the same ocean. And then they have Monty, which are the miniature Turkish dumplings filled with meat covered in like a yogurt buttery sauce. They have barek, which is like the phyllo dough around the various fillings. Yes, so that's a great spot. And then lastly, because I know there are a lot of Italians in New Jersey, if you want to eat Italian food late night, Biagio's in Paramus is open until 3 a.m. And I know you use Biagio's for everything. You use it for weddings, you use it for communions, you use it for Mother's Day, you use it for any time that you want to find a special occasion buffet. But after 10 p.m. until 3 a.m., they put on a late night menu of what they consider essentials.
Okay.
What do you think is on this menu?
Your parms, pizzas, your basic pastas.
It is chicken parm, penne vodka, and mozzarella sticks. So tell me you're from New Jersey without telling me you're from New Jersey. And Matt is as from New Jersey as Biagio's itself.
That's amazing. It was an easy game, but I like the win. Thanks for giving that to me. Mm-hmm. That'll do it for us this week. Find this podcast wherever you find your podcast. Check out what we're doing on NorthJersey.com and follow us on Instagram at NorthJerseyEats. For VanDooijeweert, I'm Matt Cortina.
And remember, New Jersey has the best food. So, I mean, even if you hate mozzarella sticks and other derivatives of shit, there's still a convenience store attached to a gas station, namely Wawa, that's serving it better than anywhere else. We'll see you next week.
See ya.